Hi, it's Angel's Favorite, Stampin' Up independent demonstrator from Kansas, and you are not watching me live today. This is a previously recorded video. I had an appointment this afternoon, and I'm filming at what may be the most insane time to film. It is Halloween here in the United States, and so you might hear trick-or-treaters coming to my door. Who knows? But this is the very first week we are starting a brand new stamp set, and I'm always so excited when that happens. We are making Christmas cards this month with the Making Christmas Bright stamp set. And so each Thursday in November, even on Thanksgiving, which will probably be another video you're watching, there will be a recording making a card with the Making Christmas Bright stamp set. You are also watching this on November 1st if you're watching it on Facebook or on YouTube, or after that if you're watching on my blog. And I just want to let you know that there is an exclusive stamp set, Thinlit set, white velvet paper, snowflake embellishments that all are available in November through Stampin' Up. This starts November 1st and goes to November 30th as long as supplies last. So make sure you head over to my store at angelstamps.stampinup.net and just check those out. We are going to go ahead and get started. This is the card we will be making today. We are going to start with a piece of Call Me Clover cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and then we fold it in half. And I do have my bone folder today to crisp the edges. And that gives us a card base that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. The first thing I'm going to do is glue my first layer onto my card base. This is a piece of lovely lipstick cardstock, and it is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Or it should have been, and it's not. So let's do that real quick. Grab my trimmer. Set it at 4. It is 4 inches, but it's longer than 5 1/4. So we will just trim that edge off. Get the trimmer out of the way, and now we have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 lovely lipstick cardstock that we are going to put as the first layer on our card front. And I do have the second layer we are going to do some stamping on. This is cut, I'm making sure it's okay, at 3 3/4 by 5. And we are going to be using the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And we are going to be putting some string of Christmas lights across our layer here. We will be coloring these in after a bit, but for right now we are just putting 3 strings of Christmas lights. I'm going to set that aside. I got a little smudge on there, but you will see that we're going to cover that up. Here is the card interior. So while we are stamping Christmas lights, I will just go ahead and do the inside of my card as well. Got quite a few smudges on that. Let me clean up the stamp and then we'll try it on the back side. I always tell people, do not take apart the cards that I send you, because what you are going to find is that somewhere there's a mistake that I've had to flip the card stock over and use the back side. Okay, ink this up and try it again. Alright, now we'll set that aside until we do the coloring process. And while I'm using the Tuxedo Black ink, we're going to go ahead and make the string that we're going to attach our lights to. Oops, missed it. There we go. That's where the Stamparatus does come in handy, to make sure you don't, your hand doesn't shake and scoot over and stamp somewhere you don't want to. And then the beginning of the sentiment is, "May your Christmas be." And we are also going to stamp that in the Tuxedo Black ink. And so I will be putting the lid on and put this away so I don't accidentally get dropped with or get anything into it. We are going to be using the new In Colors, the Lovely Lipstick, Pineapple Punch, and Call Me Clover to make the light bulbs that will go on the front of this card. So I will be opening the stamp pads, and we'll be getting the light bulbs. I will be using the Christmas Bulb Builder Punch. There are several different ways to make sure you get the correct punch on your light bulbs. And so throughout this month, I will be showing different ways as we go through it. But for today, I will be not stamping the bulbs and the base together. I have not been able to find a way to just eyeball and get the bulb and the base put exactly where they should be for the Christmas bulb builder punch. Okay, there are trick-or-treaters at the door. I hope someone is coming to take care of this. The answer is yes. So, I'm going to keep going. Actually, I'm going to pause and I'll be back. Okay, now we're back and I'm going to stamp the third light bulb with the lovely lipstick. Oh, it would help if I would put the actual stamp in the ink. That's so silly of me. All right. So I am now going to grab a hold of the small light bulb base, and that block we will be stamping with basic gray. And 3 times, because I will need 3 bulbs. Sorry, my dogs are not enjoying trick-or-treaters. Okay, now for the fun part. This is how I am choosing to use the Christmas bulb builder punch for this week. Just lining up my image and punching. There is 1 bulb. 2 bulbs. 3 bulbs, and then we also will just line it up to get the base. It does use, if I had punched it on the other side, I wouldn't, if I had stamped it on the other side of the paper, it wouldn't be leaving me these extra pieces of trash, but I didn't, so. All right. Let's see, that's trash, that's trash, that's trash. And then I'm going to glue the bases to the light bulbs. Time to pause it again. Okay, while we were paused, I glued the bases on my light bulbs. And now we're going to do the final color stamping for this card. We'll be using Daffodil Delight to stamp the word bright with the sentiment. And also to stamp the rays of light coming from the bulbs. And so I will just line up the bulbs where I think I'm going to want them. And then we will be stamping the rays of light. And the final one over here. And then I will be taking the dimensionals, and that is what I will be using to attach my light bulbs to this top layer. Oops, I have to re-glue that on my light bulb here in a second.
And as she's re-gluing her light bulb in a second, she's posting this on November 1, which is her birthday. So everybody wish her a happy birthday on the website, if you will.
Okay, that's enough. Okay, I'm trying to find where my, oh, here it is. I know you occasionally hear dogs on my weekly recordings, but I just have to say that they are not big fans of Halloween. I think I'm gluing this to myself and not to the light bulb. And I'll have to clean that up later. Okay, we are going to color in our strings of light. And I do have blender pens in both the Pineapple Punch and the Lovely Lipstick. So those will be the first ones we use. And I'm just making a pattern. So every third light bulb, I will be coloring with each color. This is a good exercise for my counting skills. And I'm going to try to start with a different color for each row so that you can see all the colors being used. I think that has my pineapple punch. And now we are doing lovely lipstick. If you're playing along, you can use blender pens when you're doing this, because that is what I am about to show you with the Call Me Clover. I do not have a Call Me Clover marker, so I will be using the Call Me Clover ink pad with the blender pen. Okay, so now it is time to squash my stamp pad to make a little palette of color. Open it up, and then I'm going to grab some color with my blender pen and start filling in the light bulbs that are left with Call Me Clover and my blender pen. And then all we have left to do is put the card together. Alright, clean off my blender pen, close up my ink pad so I don't have any unfortunate mistakes. I will be trimming this a bit so I can see a little bit more of the strings of light, but we're going to glue this one. Always make sure that you're going to have a layer behind. This is something behind where you color, because this is what shows through. So it's important that this is a layer, even though those little dots of color really are gorgeous. I don't want to see them on the inside of my card. That is no glue coming out of there. Oh, that is not the one I was using. This one is. Silly me. Alright. I will get the inside of the card glued down. And then I'm going to work on the outside. And I will be trimming up my top layer just so that